hope you guys are in for a cozy day of decorating for Christmas, cooking and baking, and I hope you want to spend some time with me here in my home. Welcome, let's go.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down.
All right guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to day one of Vlogmas. If you are not familiar with Vlogmas, what that means is that I'm gonna be posting a video every single day during the month of December. So make sure that you are subscribed with your notifications turned on so that you don't miss a single one. I love the month of December just because of Christmas, and I find that Vlogmas is super fun as well. So I hope you guys are in for a fun, cozy video today. It is cold outside. It is Sunday. It is time to decorate for Christmas. So in today's video, we're gonna decorate the house for Christmas. We're going to make a delicious dessert, cranberry curd tart. And then I'm also gonna show you guys an old family recipe that my grandma on my dad's side used to make when I was a kid. I've really only made it a couple times on my channel, like maybe once or twice before. We're gonna make ham croquettes with the leftover ham from Thanksgiving, which is a fried ham croquette with cheese sauce, and then we serve it with broccoli and mashed potatoes. It's totally unhealthy and totally delicious. So I hope that you guys stick around. Thank you again for being here with me for Vlogmas and the month of December. Let's get started. Okay, so it's actually the afternoon here on Sunday, and what we did this morning is I had Adam and Connor help me bring up all of the Christmas stuff from the basement. I have so much Christmas stuff, but it makes me super happy, and it's my favorite month of the year. It's my favorite holiday. I love decorating for Christmas. So we went ahead and put the tree up already, but we haven't decorated it yet. We put all of the decor boxes like kind of throughout the house where they go. So yeah, we're just gonna have fun decorating. We're gonna decorate the tree. I'm gonna decorate the bookcases in, can you get down please? We're gonna decorate the bookcases in the dining room, the front porch, and then I also am gonna decorate my coffee bar. So hopefully that turns out really cute as well. So let's go. Okay, so here is all of my Christmas stuff. Earlier in the day, I had Adam and Connor help me bring everything upstairs. There were so many boxes, like way more boxes than I thought there would be, but I feel like that happens every year. But this is the corner where we're gonna put the Christmas tree in. We did have to move the furniture, but we do that every year. I like having it by the front window so you can see it from the outside and you can see how many things I have to put together. I forgot to mention, did you guys know that Dunkin' has a cold brew with cookie butter foam? Like, I did not. Is it just new or something like that? I hardly even go to Dunkin' because I'm not a huge fan of their coffee, but this is good. I got it with no syrup in the cold brew, so it's just the cold brew, extra ice, and then the cookie butter foam on top. It's delicious. Highly recommend. This is gonna fuel me through this afternoon. Okay, so I don't know if I told you guys this last year, but last year I treated myself, treat yourself to Lennox Christmas dishes. I've always wanted Christmas dishes, and after Christmas last year, they were like 50% off on Amazon, and I was like, I need these. I have to have these. I don't have to have these, but I felt strongly compelled to purchase them. And so I waited a whole year. It's now time to get them out. So Adam hauled them upstairs for me from the basement. Thank you, Adam, because they're very heavy. And I am going to unbox the Happy Holidays snowman cookie jar, because I don't know that I ever took this out of the package last year. Oh, yeah, I did. I can't remember. Okay, so the whole motif of this pattern of Lennox is basically like the holly berry red and green with the gold detail on it. Look how cute that is. It's a cookie jar. This is the holiday oblong platter. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm so excited. This is the kind of stuff that I've like I've like always dreamed of having, bless you. I've always, all right?
Yeah.
I've always dreamed of having Christmas dishes.
Good for you. Well, now you have one.
I know.
Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm always right.
Okay. Okay, this one is, oh, look how smart that was. I wrapped it up in my kitchen towels, in my Christmas kitchen towels. I didn't even remember I did that. Okay, this is a serving bowl. You ever do things and you're like, wow, that was smart. I'm glad I did that. I mean, I don't do that very often, but when I do, it's kind of cool. I was just actually wondering where my Christmas towels were, because I was thinking I really need to put one in the bathroom down here, so there you go. I will say the other thing I remember doing is I do remember washing all of these and putting them away clean, wrapped in towels, so I could just take them out and not have to wash them. Okay, so I unboxed everything. We've got our little snowman cookie jar here. This is a covered dish. I suppose you could use it for soup, serving soup or something. I actually have 8 of these coffee cups, but I only am gonna get 4 out because I just don't think we'll use them all, but I did get out all the dishes. So I have 8 dinner plates, 8 salad plates. I love the gold rim. They're so pretty, aren't they? And then I have 8 of the water goblets, the serving bowl, and the serving platter. So I actually think what I'm going to do is replace the dishes that are in here and like the hutch part of my coffee bar with these Christmas dishes. So the dishes that are in here now are actually ones that have been passed down to me by, I think, my great grandmother on my dad's side. I don't know anything about these dishes. The pattern is Forget Me Not by J&G Meakin. So that's kind of what I have in here now, is all of those plates. But what I might do is move those down below and then put the Christmas dishes up here where I can see them, because I actually have lights in here where I think, you know, I can light up these two. So pretty. And then I actually have a crock in here that I can move. This is a blue willow pattern that my grandma gave me. All right, so I wanted to make this recipe for Thanksgiving, but I ran out of time, so I figured we would make it today since we're decorating for Christmas, and this looks rather festive for Christmas as well. It is a cranberry curd tart from the New York Times cooking website. I'll link this recipe down below, and it looks delicious. So here are the ingredients I have. I have some eggs, a 12-ounce bag of cranberries. The recipe calls for sugar, but I'm going to use monk fruit sweetener to cut down on the calories a little bit. Some rice flour, orange juice, butter, hazelnuts, and then we'll need the zest of 1 orange as well. So we need to peel the hazelnuts, so I'm going to add these to a baking sheet. And then I'm preheating the oven to 325. Once it preheats, I'm going to add these to the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes until the skins start to come off, and then we'll discard the skins and make the crust from that. So also for the crust, we're gonna need some butter and sweetener. So I'm just gonna go ahead and prep that in the mixer bowl here. I've got 6 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna add ½ a cup of sweetener. So we're gonna go ahead and make the cranberry curd. Now, if you've ever made like a lemon curd or a lime curd, this is basically the same thing, only with cranberries. So I'm adding my cranberries to the saucepan, and I'm gonna add 1 cup of sweetener or sugar if you're using regular sugar, and ½ a cup of orange juice. Okay, and then for the peel, I'm just gonna use a vegetable peeler to remove the rind and add it to the cranberries. I'm gonna try to do it all in one piece. Whoops. Didn't do that, so that I can pull it all out in one piece. Then we're gonna cook and stir this over medium heat for about 10 minutes or until the cranberries burst. I just cleaned my stove, so of course what's gonna happen, but this is gonna boil over. Be careful of this. I actually probably should have used a larger pot because it did kind of boil over on me. And cranberries, while they are cooking, will pop and squirt you in the face with hot liquids.
That's what she said.
That's my joke. Damn it, Dwight.
So be careful. I just took my hazelnuts out of the oven. You can see that if you kind of rub them the papery skin will come off. So I'm going to dump them into a clean kitchen towel and just rub and get all of the skins off. Okay, so here are my peeled hazelnuts. I'm going to use my little mini chopper to grind these up. I'll link this down below. I actually got it for Christmas last year. It's really convenient. So I'm going to add that to there. Then I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of rice flour to that and pulse it until it's ground up. So that's the mixture for the crust. We're going to add it to our mixer bowl. Okay, and then I'm going to add the remainder of the rice flour, 1 cup in total. Okay, and then we're just going to beat together the crust until it all comes together. Okay, I did add a little bit of water, just like a couple tablespoons to this mixture to make sure it would come together. And then I'm going to add to my tart pan. The recipe calls for a 10-inch tart pan. I only have a 9-inch one. So hopefully this works okay. I might have to discard some of the crust. Okay, and then I'm just going to use the bottom of a measuring cup to flatten this out and even it. You can really use anything with a flat bottom to it. But this is easy because you can kind of get up in the corner and really push that crust down. Okay, so now that our crust is pushed into the tart pan, I'm gonna go ahead and prick the bottom with a fork, and then we're gonna stick this in the freezer for 30 minutes before we par bake it. Okay, so cranberries are done. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the orange peel. There's a couple different ways you can do this step. You can transfer it to a food processor or a blender, but I'm gonna use an immersion blender and just puree this and hopefully try not to get it all over me. Okay, that looks pretty good. Besides the fact that I literally got it all over my backsplash. Yay! Alright, so I've got a bowl with a fine mesh sieve. We're going to pour the cranberry mixture into here and then push the mixture through the sieve so we get a super smooth curd. Okay, so that took a little bit, but you can see here the remainder of the cranberry sort of skin that's left in the sieve, and then this is just like smooth cranberry puree. So now we're gonna whisk in a stick of butter. This is still a little bit warm, so hopefully it will combine. So we totally got that butter all incorporated. You can see it's very smooth. In this container, I've got 2 eggs and 2 egg yolks. I'm just gonna go ahead and beat those a little bit. And then we do want to temper this. So I'm gonna add a little bit of the warm mixture to here. Whisk it and then add the egg yolk mixture to the rest of the curd. And obviously the reason you do that is so the yolks don't scramble. All right, so to finish the curd, I just have it back in the pot, the very messy pot, so don't mind that. And then I'm just gonna stir this over low heat until it thickens up, and then it'll be done. So here is our tart shell after it's chilled. I'm gonna bake this at 350 for about 15 minutes. So our last step for the cranberry curd tart is to add the cooled cranberry curd to the baked and cooled crust, which that's cool by now. Smooth the top, and then we're gonna bake this in a 350-degree oven for about 10 minutes. So I snuck a taste of the cranberry curd. Do you wanna know what it tastes like? Okay, like, do you know the filling in a lemon meringue pie? Like, how delicious that is? That's exactly what this tastes like, except cranberry flavored. Like, my mind is blown. Look how pretty it is, too. Okay, so I'm gonna smooth this out, pop it into the oven. I seriously can't wait to taste this. I'm very intrigued. There you go. Bye-bye. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how to make the ham croquettes. So I have some leftover ham here from Thanksgiving, like I said. I'm gonna add that to my big food processor, and then I'm just gonna grind that up. Okay, that's about the texture you want it. This is like when I make ham salad too. This is how I do it. People don't know what ham salad is. It's just like chicken salad, except it uses ground up ham. I know, people think it's weird. It's whatever, it's a thing. Okay, so I have this. Now what we're gonna do is make a white sauce to mix the ham with. All right, so I've got a saucepan here. If you've never made a white sauce before, it's super easy. It's just butter and flour cooked together, and then you add milk, salt, and pepper. So let me kind of roadmap this out for you. We're gonna make the white sauce. We're gonna make a thick white sauce. So I'm gonna use 4 tablespoons of butter, 4 tablespoons of flour, 2 cups of milk, salt and pepper to taste. We're gonna mix the white sauce with the ground ham until it becomes sort of like a paste mixture, like a thick paste. And then we're gonna refrigerate that. When it's totally refrigerated, roll it into balls, dip it in breadcrumbs, fry them like little croquettes. Some people are familiar with like salmon croquettes or, you know, different things like that. Not many people are familiar with ham, although I have seen them on menus before. Where were we? Denver maybe one time. We were at a tapas restaurant and they had ham croquettes on the menu, which I was totally like, oh my gosh, this is weird. But then after that, you put them on a plate with mashed potatoes and broccoli, and then you put cheese sauce over everything. I know, I didn't say it was healthy, but it's like, it's comfort food. It's one of those things that like I eat and it like transports me back to my childhood. And that is why I worked out this morning and I had coffee for lunch so I could eat this. Okay, so I'm adding 1/4 cup of flour. I'm gonna whisk that together. So I really like these saucepans, these Mise saucepans. I can link them down below. They are rounded. You see how they're rounded on the corners here so that you don't have that corner that you can't get into. It's really great for making sauces and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna add 2 cups of milk, pepper. I'm just gonna do a tiny pinch of salt because the ham is obviously salty. You do want to keep a close eye on this once you add your milk. When it starts bubbling, just make sure you whisk it continuously until it thickens up. So I've got my ground ham in a bowl. Don't mind all this over here. That is for some freezer meals that I'm gonna be making that I just got the groceries delivered for yesterday, and some of it's still sitting right there. So okay, so here's my white sauce. You can see that this is like very, very thick. I'm gonna start with, I don't know, maybe half of it. I don't want to add too much white sauce and then obviously not be able to take it out. And this is just sort of something you can do by feel, but I don't really use measurements. I just kind of see by feel. See by feel. I just kind of think, okay, is that tacky enough to like put into a ball? Probably add a little bit more. But you do want to do this part ahead of time. You could probably even do it up to a day ahead of time if you wanted to. Kira's gonna be so excited. I haven't told her I'm making these yet, but this is one of her favorite things. Which is weird because she doesn't even really like ham all that much. You really have to kind of judge by the, you know, the kind of ham that you're using. Mine was like a honey ham that was left over from Thanksgiving. So obviously that's gonna be a little bit sweeter, and I'm probably gonna have to add a little bit more salt than if it wasn't a honey ham, you know, kind of to balance out that sweetness. Okay, so now we're putting this mixture on a plate. And the purpose of this is just to cool it down so we can form little balls with it. So I'm gonna spread this out, cover it with plastic wrap, pop it in the fridge, and then it will be ready when we are ready to cook dinner later. So I'm gonna start with my coffee bar here, and I have an entire video about when I set this coffee bar up in my dining room, which I can link down below. I featured it on my channel earlier this year, but essentially this is just a hutch that I ordered on Amazon because I wanted a particular place to put all of my coffee things, but then I also wanted a place to store some of my dishes. So what I'm doing now is just replacing some of those every day, sort of all of the time dishes with the Christmas dishes, and then I had to fluff the tree. So here's a tip for me to you. If you have an artificial tree and you need to fluff it, put some gloves on. And actually I keep a pair of like the regular, I don't know what they're called. Are they called magic gloves? I don't know. They're just like basically stretchy gloves. And I keep them actually in the box with the Christmas tree. So I always have a pair of gloves to go with it. And it makes it so much easier to fluff the tree out. Honestly, I would not recommend getting a pre-lit tree. This is the first time that we have ever had one. We got it on sale after Christmas when we moved into this house. Our previous tree was much shorter than this, and so when we moved in and have these 9-foot ceilings, it looked kind of funny. And we bought this pre-lit one at Menards, but every single year another strand of lights has gone dead, and so now this is the 5th year of us putting it up and there are no lights that work on it. And so essentially what I'm gonna have to do after the end of the season is cut all of the lights off of it. We've had to try and replace some, but it has not worked. And so I think I'm just gonna go through and cut all of the pre-lit lights off of it so that we can just put our own lights on every year, which is what I'm doing this year. So I would have liked to have more strands of clear bulbs than I did. You guys can let me know in the comments below. Do you prefer the white clear bulbs, or do you prefer colored bulbs? I know that some people prefer colored. I actually like white, but obviously it's a personal preference. I did actually wrap all of the lights on cardboard pieces last year, so it was really easy for me to kind of take those off and put them on the tree, and I had just enough, but I do need to get some more strands for my banister garland this year, which you'll see in a little bit. But overall I was able to string the tree with lights with what I had on hand, which was good because at this point it was like 9 o'clock at night and I was definitely not going to the store to get more lights, but I did have to get a ladder to put them all up, but it all worked out fine. Okay, so I feel like I'm cheating by putting the Santa hat up there, but I tried to put this light up star on and it just wasn't working, and I didn't have any zip ties, so we're doing the Santa hat. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so now I'm just putting the tree skirt under the tree. This is just one that I got on clearance at Joann Fabrics after Christmas was over one year. Of course, right after I set this up, Connor crawled under the tree with the dogs and wrecked it all, but isn't that just what happens when you try to set things up? So I used some of this ribbon on the tree as well. This is just some really wide ribbon that I got on sale after last Christmas, and I wrapped it around the tree just to give it a little bit nicer look. And now I'm going to put the ornaments on. So normally my kids help me with this, but they were really not interested this year. Actually, Kira was sick. She didn't feel good, and so she was in her room. Connor was really not interested in helping me, so I guess now it's on me for all of my years to decorate the tree, which is fine with me. So basically I just try to kind of disperse the ornaments as evenly as I can, and actually there are way too many ornaments to be able to hang on this tree. I actually feel like I need to get another tree, which I may do next year. I was just like watching some videos on YouTube and TikTok where a lot of people have like multiple trees throughout their home, and that's one thing I feel like I might do in my future. I'm not sure yet. Christmas is like very sentimental and important to me, and it probably sounds silly, but when I was a kid, we were not allowed to have a Christmas tree because I was raised in a very fundamentalist Christian church, and there was some sort of doctrine that they preached that Christmas trees were evil and it was a pagan tradition. And so when I was a kid, we were never allowed to have a Christmas tree. We were not allowed to believe in Santa because if you rearrange the letters of Santa, it spells Satan. And there was like all of this propaganda that was being taught that obviously is not true, that I don't believe now. And so obviously now that I'm an adult, I can change those things and celebrate the holiday the way that I want. And so it is pretty sentimental to me. And so that's why I really love it and value it so much. It's actually kind of funny because I can remember when I was a kid, you know, and they would teach us in church that having a Christmas tree was evil and it was like a pagan tradition and we couldn't have it. But apparently having a wreath, like a Christmas wreath on your wall that you decorated with ornaments was okay. Like that was fine because I remember the pastor's wife having that in her home. So I don't know. It's a bunch of propaganda that I don't really buy into anymore. But here I'm showing you some of my kids' Christmas ornaments, which I treasure very much and which I am super happy to pass on to them at some point. I get them a keepsake ornament every single year from Hallmark, which I will tell you about in a little bit, but I always save all of their little handmade ornaments, and every year I try to get a family ornament and then I buy an ornament for each of us in the family, and obviously I display the ones that I get along the way as well. So I don't know, it may seem silly, but it's something that's just very like sentimental and important to me, and it's why I love decorating my house for Christmas. So I thought I would share with you guys the keepsake ornaments that I got this year for everyone. As my kids get older, it gets harder and harder to find them an appropriate ornament. It used to be that, you know, like a Disney movie would come out and they'd have an ornament for that or whatever. But we've got it so far. Okay, so this is the one that I got Connor this year. I got him the Dustin ornament from Stranger Things, and I thought this one was perfect because this is exactly how he dressed up for Halloween this year. So perfect. So I'll have to write him a note on the box about that. It was actually kind of hard for me to find one for Kira this year. They had a ton of Harry Potter ones, but she's just not that much really into Harry Potter anymore. But I did find this for her, and it is actually a bowl of ramen. She loves noodles and dumplings and all of that stuff, so I thought this one would be perfect for her. And then I also got one for Milo since he joined our family this year. This is actually a German short-haired pointer. But I actually thought that the markings on this dog looked like him, and it says 2022. So I thought, well, we'll get that for him. Oh my gosh, it's even like smaller and cuter than I thought it was going to be. Look how tiny that is. That is adorable. It's got a little tag on it. The only thing I don't like is they don't come with hooks. So I have to find my own ornament hooks, which is fine. It's just another thing to do. Okay, and I had no idea this one was this big, but I got myself a rainbow ornament because I love rainbows, and I think it's actually part of their Pride collection, but I had no idea it was this big. Like, I saw it on the website and I was like, oh, that looks so cute. Like, it's, you know, a nice little bright rainbow. Oh no, it's like very large, but it's also, isn't that cute? Love it. It's very heavy. It's glittery, and then it says shine bright on the top. And then last, I got Adam this one, which is actually a glass of bourbon, and it says Bourbon Legend. It actually looks like it has bourbon in it with one of those like steel ice cubes. He is an avid collector of whiskey and bourbon. What's the difference between whiskey and bourbon? I have no idea. Anyway, he's an avid collector, and so I thought this one would be perfect for him to have this year. Oh, and then I did get one more, but I'm actually going to give this to Adam's mom. So it is a Scrabble ornament, and look how cool that is. So Adam and his mom are both really, really good at Scrabble. Like, Adam is really good. We have played Scrabble so many times, and I have only beat him like one time. Adam reads a lot, and so I think that he probably has a larger vocabulary than I do, which is why he always wins at Scrabble. His mom, however, is the only person that can ever really consistently beat him at Scrabble, and she loves word games like Scrabble and Boggle and things like that. And whenever Connor goes over there to their house, like whenever he wants to spend the night or whatever, he always plays Scrabble with his grandma. So I thought this would be cool to get her. So those were the keepsake ornaments that I got this year. I don't know, I've just always gotten these every year, and I know they're a little bit pricey, but you know, I love Christmas, and I love that they are basically collector's items for your whole life. And my plan obviously is to give my kids all of their ornaments whenever they move out and get their own place. So, you know, whatever that is, whenever they're done with college or high school or whatever, then they'll have, you know, 18 or 22 or however many ornaments to take with them to start their collection. So the other thing I forgot to mention I always do is on either the ornament or the box that it comes in, I write whose ever ornament it is plus the date, because I will never remember otherwise. And then like on this one I wrote Milo on the bottom of it. You can't see it, but anyway, I do that because I don't know, because I want to, and I'll never remember anything otherwise. This one I'm not going to write on Connor's because it comes with a box, so with his I'll write on the box. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put together my mantle. This is something I love doing every year. Ever since I was old enough to know that I wanted to have my own house someday, I dreamed of having a mantle where I could hang Christmas stockings for our family, and I don't know, it's just surreal every time I do this. You guys that have watched me for a while know that I grew up in poverty, below the poverty line, and I just am so thankful that I have my own house where I can decorate the way I want to, and I love decorating my fireplace mantle for Christmas. So here is how it turned out. I hang my stockings up there and lots of greenery and lit up trees. I just totally love it. Okay, don't touch anything, all right? Every year I set this up, and every year it is very precarious, but I love it. So it's gonna work for now. I have these star lights that just run on a timer and a battery here. And then I set up a little snowman, Santa mugs. I know I got these big Christmas trees at Joann Crafts, but I'm not sure. I can't remember where I got these gold light up ones at, but very pretty. I like it. And then I show you guys these every year, but obviously we have new folks, so I'll tell you again. I can link these stockings down below. I got them several years ago from Pottery Barn. They're kind of an investment in terms of like personalized stockings, but I've always wanted them and I love them on the mantle. I just love looking at them. So I got one for all of us. And then I just realized that I do have a stocking for Murphy, but I don't have one for Milo. So I need to get him one, but normally we hang the doggy stockings over here. Okay, so in my kitchen, I always keep a stainless steel command hook up on my range hood, and I basically just change the wreaths out throughout the seasons because I feel like it looks really good on the range hood up there. So I put a wreath up there along with a Mary kind of like wood sign, and then I also have command hooks on the inside of these cabinets where I'm able to display a few Christmas wreaths. I don't put them all over the cabinets, just on those two. And then this candle holder is from Bath and Body Works. I actually ordered a bunch of holiday candles during their Black Friday sale. Those have not come in yet, but I'm waiting for those to go ahead and fill up my candles. And then for my coffee bar, I have a mug rack that's on the top of the coffee bar that normally just holds regular mugs, but since I have so many Santa mugs, I decided to switch those out, and so I'm just trying to arrange those in a way that looks nice, and I'll go ahead and put that on top of the shelf, and you guys will see that in a little bit. Okay, I never thought I was a collector of nativity scenes, yet here we are. So this is actually a very old nativity set. Hi, honey. You tired? Go lay down. It's almost time for bed. Anyway, this one is from my grandparents' in 1987, so I was 4 years old. To our Jennifer from Grandma and Grandpa Miller, always remember the true meaning of Christmas, the celebration of Christ Jesus' birth. Love, Grandma. Isn't that cute? So as you can see, in 1987, this was in Department 18 at Walmart, $9.97. And it's actually like a wooden stable with all of the little figurines, which I think are still all intact. I'll take it out of the box. But the other thing I was going to say is that this nativity scene is actually the willow tree one. I'm coming up on the ladder. So this is the first year I actually have this set up because this came from my mom. My mom passed away from COVID last end of November, and so when we went and helped my stepdad kind of like clean out all her things, this was actually down in their basement, and I had actually gotten this for her as a gift one Christmas long ago. So I decided to take it and put it in my house because I asked my stepdad if he wanted it and he said no. So I set it up here on this top of the bookcase, which I think looks nice, and I put some twinkle lights up there. So that is that one. And then I think I'm gonna put that little ceramic one over here by the this wooden one I have. And I cannot recall where this one came from. I want to say this one my mom gave to me because my grandma had given it to her at some point, and she was like kind of culling some of her Christmas stuff. So I don't know, it's just a wooden one. It's kind of cool. So yeah, I'm gonna put that up there. The best part about this super old one is that it also comes with super old newspaper. Look at that. Look at that little lamb. Let's see if we can find the date on this newspaper. Oh, 1998. Okay, so the newspaper isn't as old as the nativity itself, which is interesting. I do remember, now that I'm taking this out, I do remember having this as a kid and like setting it up, like either in the living room or in my room. I cannot remember. Just think, this newspaper is from 1998. This is like really before we had the internet. I mean, I know the internet was, you know, invented before that, but really before people widely, you know, had internet. Crazy. I do remember setting this up though and thinking, wow, it's really crowded in that little stable. We gotta put, of course, we got the three wise men, of course, with their gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and then we got the little sheep, lamb, whatever. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna put some twinkle lights too over here on this side, but I ran out of AA batteries, so that'll have to wait till tomorrow. All right, so time to make dinner. So we've got our chilled ham mixture, and then to bread the croquettes, we've got some flour, some beaten egg, and some breadcrumbs. I personally like to use panko breadcrumbs because they make it very crispy. And so you just wanna take the ham mixture and roll it into like ping pong sized balls, and then you dip that in the flour, the egg, and the breadcrumb, and I have some vegetable oil that is just heated up over medium-high heat, and basically you just want to fry those until they are golden brown on the outside. Obviously for this particular recipe, the ham and everything is cooked, so you don't necessarily have to worry about cooking it until it's not raw anymore. You just have to worry about cooking it until it's brown on the outside and heated through on the inside. So if I had to guess, I would say these probably take around 5 to 6 minutes depending on how hot your oil is. And then I have a plate set out with a paper towel on it. And once those are done frying, you just can remove them to the paper towel and let them rest for a few minutes until they are not super, super hot anymore. And along with this, I prepared some cheese sauce. This is basically just a white sauce with some Velveeta melted in it. Then I have my ham croquettes that are cooling right there. And then I prepared some mashed potatoes, some instant Idahoan mashed potatoes. They work perfectly for this recipe, and I'm just telling you, you did not do it right if your stove isn't a complete mess after you make this meal. It's just like, it's totally a disgusting mess, but you know what? It's delicious. So how we serve this is we take the ham croquettes, we put them on a plate, and we mash them down a little bit. Then we add some mashed potatoes. Instant is the best because, you know, that's what my dad always fixed. It was just quick and easy. And then we put some steamed broccoli on there. And then I take that cheese sauce that I made with the Velveeta and the white sauce and spoon that over everything. And this is one of the best comfort meals you will have. Definitely not healthy, but like I said, it's something I try to make once a year, and it is delicious. Okay, we're getting ready to serve up the cranberry curd tart on one of my Christmas plates. Adam already had a slice. He said it was pretty good, so let's see. All right. Not bad, not bad. Very festive. Let's try. I mean, it turned out really pretty. I gotta tell you, it was a lot of work. Okay, maybe this is sacrilegious, but I just put a little bit of Cool Whip on it. That's a little bit better. This had such high ratings too. I'm very confused. So would I make this again? I don't know. Okay, so I feel like yes, I would, and I would use regular sugar, because I'm wondering if that makes a difference. Although, you know, usually the monk fruit sweetener is like pretty close. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the reviews, because look, this has over 6,000 reviews and it's 5 stars. So like, maybe it's just me. It was like an incredible amount of work. For that amount of work, I could have made a homemade lemon meringue pie, and I probably would have liked the taste better. But it's always fun to try new recipes. So actually on the video I posted today, my Thanksgiving video, one of you guys actually commented and said you made it and you were kind of like meh about it. So that's kind of how I'm feeling too, but it's okay. It's always fun. Okay, so let's review how everything turned out with the decor. So this was kind of the first year where I actually decorated, and I thought I need more knickknacks. Like, I feel like I kind of ran out, but more on that later. I was also watching TikTok last night, and I saw a lady with 9 Christmas trees in her house, and I had a little bit of FOMO about that. So it's fine, just bear with me. It's all gonna be fine. Also, I forgot to mention, there is also another Christmas tree down in the basement that I have not yet put up, so we'll do that in another video. Okay, so this wall hanging I always put up here. I kind of just switch the one out that's normally there. I think this red door is cute because we have a red door on our house. I believe I got that at Joann along with this pillow. And then of course the Christmas tree with all our eclectic ornaments and Santa hat. The tree skirt is just like a plain red velvet one. I believe I got that at Joann Crafts also. I have all of our ornaments just setting out right here because I want to show those to Adam and the kids before I hang them on the tree. I really do like how the mantle turned out. We turned the fireplace on earlier. It's just all nice and cozy. So I put some battery powered lights up here. Those just work really well, obviously, on the mantle because there's really no outlet over here. That's one thing that we probably should have done, is put an outlet over here somewhere along with this light switch, but you always think of that stuff after you build the house. So that turned out really nice. Ultimately, I feel like I would like to switch out all the things on the bookshelf for Christmas things. So I don't know, maybe I'll just wait until after Christmas stuff goes on clearance after Christmas and then go out and get some stuff, because then I don't have to pay full price. I also have a collection of Santa mugs. I put a couple of them here and then more over on my coffee bar, which I'll show you. And then I've been collecting this basket of Christmas books ever since the kids were little. So there's quite a few different, you know, winter and Christmas themed books in here. This one is actually like a vintage book. It's actually in really great condition. And I remember my grandma having one of these. It wasn't this one. The one that she had was very beat up. This one is in great condition, but it's got like the fuzzy, what's that called? Flocking on it. So anyway, I thought that was neat. And I think actually this was my mom's when she was a kid. To get a stocking for Milo. This is funny. So this is Milo's bed that we got him when he was a puppy and he first came to live with us. And this Littlefoot dinosaur is from The Land Before Time. This was actually Adam's when he was a kid, and it was in Connor's room. And I went and got it so that Milo could like cuddle with it when he was a puppy in his kennel, and now he like thinks it's his baby, so he sleeps with Littlefoot there in his little bed. Okay, so over here I showed you guys the nativity scenes. I did grab some batteries for my other lights. I'm trying to melt this down. This is left over from another wax thing. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it for now because I don't want to leave this on. But anyway, this wax melt warmer is from Walmart. I can't remember if I got it last year or the year before, but I think it's pretty. And then this sign I actually got from Walmart also. It's reversible. So the back of it is for Thanksgiving, and then, well, the back or the front, however you want to say it. And then this side is for Christmas. So I've talked about this before, but like this whole part of my dining room is like meh. Okay, so this little table right here is actually from IKEA, and it's like a tiny, you know, it had like tiny little chairs with it. My kids had it when they were little. They used to sit and color at it and play school and whatever. What I use it for is food photography. So I have different backdrops that I could put on there, and then I set it over by the sliding door so I can get good light, and then I take pictures of my recipes so I could make thumbnails or blogs or put it on my blog or whatever. But right now it's just like holding a bunch of like cookbooks and stuff. So it's not very pretty, but ultimately what I was gonna say is that I want to get some kind of a buffet for this wall. And I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna have to get something that's gonna go in front of the window, which is fine. And then I wanna get like bigger matching shelves for each side. These are like super cheapy, you know, just like fake wood ladder shelves from Target that we just bought when we moved in here because we needed something there. And I have my cookbooks on them, although I don't know. I just need to do something different with this. So I think probably within the next year, like in 2023, we'll probably redo the dining room. Not redo it, but like get new furniture and a new dining room table and stuff. This dining room table is actually a hand-me-down from Adam's parents that we've had. Anyway, we've had this table for 5 years and counting, and I'm not sure how long they had it before that. It's still a nice table. Actually, I think we're gonna give it to my sister after we're done with it. She has claimed it. Is it cold outside? Connor's outside playing with the dogs. So this little candle holder is, ignore my mess here. This candle holder is actually from Walmart. I got it one year, and I just have a woodwick candle in there from Aldi that's apple scented. Okay, and then up here I added some twinkle lights to these nativity scenes, but this is what I was saying about like this stuff. I don't know. I feel like I need new, better stuff. This stuff is getting kind of old and tired, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I think that my coffee bar turned out really cute, and I think this is my first year. Obviously not, I think. This is my first year doing it, so I feel like next year it's gonna turn out even better. But I've got a light up Christmas tree up here, and then I switched out all of the mugs with my Santa mug collection. I've got this little framed decor here. I think that's from Target. This light up ceramic tree is actually from Aldi. I got it last year, I think. I left this plant here just because it's green and it's also fake, so I don't have to water it. I did put the water goblets in here, and I think those look pretty along with the light. I can link these lights down below. They're actually push lights that I got on Amazon. They're super cool, I think. And then I just put my regular mugs down here. Put a Santa mug here, my Home Alone mug with a little tree. I really kind of like the way this casserole dish looks in here. I think that's pretty. And then I put my holly berry mugs there. Down here I just put my Christmas dishes. I was gonna put them up here in this cupboard, but they didn't fit. And then here's this fun mug that my sister got me last year. In here in the kitchen, I just put this wreath up on my range hood. I have a stainless steel command hook that is there all the time, and then I just changed the wreaths out for the seasons. I think that wreath is from Walmart, and then the Mary sign that I hung on top of it is from Joann. And then I'm waiting for some candles that I ordered to come from Bath & Body Works. So I'll have some more kind of Christmassy scents coming. But this snowflake candle holder is also from Bath & Body Works. I got it a few years ago. These wreaths I hang here every year, and I actually keep command hooks on the back of the cupboards to hold those in place, so they're super easy to put up. I thought about putting them around all my cabinets, but I just don't know if I want to deal with all of that yet, so I don't know. We'll see. Hi. Hi, do you want a treat? I think you came inside and no one gave you a treat. The horror. The horror. Okay, and then over here, I've got some stuff set out here that I'm gonna make some freezer meals with. But anyway, I think I said that earlier in the video. These are the wallflower holders or plugins from Bath & Body Works, and I'm out of the wallflower refills right now. So this is a snowflake. I actually might put this one right here next to my little Aldi store. And then this one will actually go in the bathroom down here, but like I said, I'm waiting for my order to come from them. And then this is my little light up Aldi store that I got from Aldi. Hello, isn't that cute? I love it. And then that's pretty much all I have here in the kitchen. Okay, so we still need to take all the boxes downstairs. Actually, I think Adam's gonna do that tomorrow. This wreath, I think I shared this last year, but this is actually the first wreath that I ever bought for the front door of our apartment when Adam and I lived together. And now I just look at it and think how tiny, how tiny it is, and how proud I was to hang it on our apartment door. So I always get it out every year and put it on my pantry door. And this is actually the same bow that was on it too. I think I got this from Hobby Lobby. Okay, so we are having a conundrum with this canvas. So I ordered this canvas last year from Lindsay Letters. I can link it down below. I love this. I love this hymn or Christmas song or whatever you want to call it. I love it. And so the problem is that I originally thought this would go here, which is the Theodore Roosevelt quote that I have in my foyer. However, the holes are not the same width apart. So I was thinking, you know, we could just like take this one down and put the other one up. It's not gonna work that way. And so what I told Adam was that what we could do is find another one that's exactly that size and put it there, and then we could just switch it out. Because these are, where are these from? I can't remember where they're from, but they're just like stuck on right now. I mean, I like it, it's pretty, but I kind of like to hang something Christmassy up there during the season. So I don't know, that's still kind of a work in progress. We haven't quite figured that out yet, so we'll see. Okay, this actually is something new that I put in the bathroom this year, and so I want to decorate this with Christmas things too, but like I said, I ran out of little trinkety things. I just have this wood sign, or this fake wood sign here, which I think I got at Walmart. I can't remember. But anyway, for now, that's that. And then of course I got out my Febreze, that's winter spruce. And then I did put a Christmas towel out here. And I got the most Christmassy candle I could find and put it there. I need to find a Christmassy soap. Do I have one? I don't know. Okay, and then here on the banister going upstairs, I did put the garland, but I ran out of lights. So I'm gonna have to get more lights because I ended up using them on the tree. Don't ever buy a pre-lit tree because literally all of the lights are out on it. I'm gonna have to like cut them all off and we're just gonna have to make it a regular tree. It's so irritating. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so I got this little Disney house at Costco and it plays, you know, a little Christmas ditty and lights up. I just think it's so cute. I'm not even like a Disney person. I just love it. It makes me so happy. And the little Christmas tree like rotating there. Anyway, this big wooden snowflake, I think I got that from Walmart last year or the year before. And then I decorated my little tiered tray here with a bunch of just different little things that I have on hand. Actually, one of you guys sent me this Christmas card, Valerie. So if you're watching, Valerie, I still have your Christmas card. It's so cute. And then I did put some little twinkle lights up here. So this is kind of like the stuff I need more of if I'm going to decorate like in the bathroom and things like that. So, and then if you guys don't know, I used to be a very avid scrapbooker for many years, probably like 10 years. And so I've got a variety of Christmas albums that, you know, that I've made over the years. And so I put those out at Christmas just so people can look at them. This one is from 2017, which is actually, this was the year that we moved into our house. So that's kind of interesting. This one is from 2010. So this one is actually before even Connor was born, and Kira would have been like 1 year old. That's our first house. On our back deck, Adam used to have this yellow truck, this yellow Colorado truck. So yeah, there's different, oh, there's Kira when she was a baby. Well, that's probably a better picture. Last thing I forgot to show you was this blanket. So guess where I got this? Of all places, I got it at Hy-Vee. I was like walking through the store last week and they had this like rack of blankets and I was like, I don't have a Christmas blanket for my living room. So I decided to get it because I thought it was a pretty green color and a pretty pattern, and it's actually very soft and warm. Milo's already been cuddling up on it, taking naps. So yeah, and then I forgot this little pillow over here too. So stop. It's time for you to go to bed. You'll go night-night? You'll go night-night? Night-night. Night-night. I just realized I forgot to show you the front porch, which really isn't much except a wreath and a little Christmas tree here. But if you watched my Costco haul that I posted a couple weeks ago, I'll link it down below if you haven't seen that yet. But I got this wreath there and it's so pretty. Doesn't it look so pretty on the door? And it has a battery pack in it. So that's kind of what I like about it, is because it lights up and you don't have to worry about stringing lights on it or anything. I just think it's so pretty. And then I got I put this little tree here, which I have had for several years. I got it at Walmart and I don't know, I just like having it out here on the porch. All right, so here's a look at how everything turned out with the lights off. I love how the tree looks and I love that you can see it from the outside through the window. And then in my front table here, I added my little Disney house that lights up and sings that I got from Costco. I also added some lights to my tiered tray on the front table there. And then I love how my coffee bar turned out. I was able to basically decorate the whole thing with a Christmas theme. I probably need to get some more knickknacks for next year, but for now it looks really great. You can see I have my Home Alone ornament and all of my Lennox dishes. All right, so thank you guys for spending the first day of Vlogmas with me. Yes, I had to take my sweatshirt off because I was hot. But thank you guys for coming along with me on this video. I appreciate it, and I hope you stick around for the rest of Vlogmas. It's gonna be a fun one, so I'll see you tomorrow. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Hold on, Murphy wants to say bye too. Say bye-bye. She's like, get this critter out of my area. Okay, I see what was happening. They were fighting over a bone. So now they both have one. Now Murphy has a bone, Milo has a bone. Good job.